My brothers and sisters, there is tension again in northern Nigeria, and this time it is not small talk, it is serious. The air is heavy, the fear is real, and the voices of the people are loud. From Borno to Zamfara, from Katsina to Kaduna, there is a growing cry, we are not safe anymore. Many are worried, angry, and calling for urgent action. Why? Because a fresh wave of insecurity, kidnappings, and violent attacks have swept across the region, shaking both ordinary citizens and the political elite. Just imagine it. Even top political figures like an APC chairman have been kidnapped and in some cases killed. That one incident alone sent shockwaves everywhere. Because if the powerful, the well-connected, the ones who have security and influence are not safe, then what happens to the farmer on the roadside? What about the trader in the market, the student on the highway, the civil servant going to work, or the mother trying to take her child to school? Everybody is now living in fear. And you know how it goes. When fear spreads like that, the pressure falls directly on the government. People start pointing fingers. They start asking questions. Where are the security agencies? What are the service chiefs doing? What is the president waiting for? My people watching, before we go deeper into this gist, don't forget to like this video right now and subscribe to this channel. That's how you support us to bring you these updates and deep analysis. Now let's break it down properly. In many northern states, Borno, Zamfara, Kaduna, Katsina, Sokoto, Niger, we are seeing the same sad pattern. Bandits and kidnappers have returned stronger. Families have been displaced. Whole communities are crying out for help, and security forces are struggling to keep up. Some politicians and community leaders are now openly calling for President Tinubu to sack the service chiefs. That's the Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Air Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, and the Inspector General of Police. They are saying these people have failed to deliver. Their argument is simple. If the bandits are still operating freely, if kidnappings are still happening daily, then those leading the security architecture are not doing their jobs. They believe if you keep the same people in power, you will keep getting the same results. That is why some northern elders, governors, and traditional rulers are calling for a total shake-up. And guess what? President Tinubu has just acted. He has sacked the service chiefs and appointed new ones. That move alone has sent a strong signal that the president is listening to the voices of the people. My viewers, what do you think? Should Tinubu have waited longer or acted sooner? Drop your opinion in the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe right now, because your engagement keeps this conversation alive.
Now, let us pause for a moment and look at the human side of this crisis. Because behind all the headlines, behind the politics, there are real people, families, children, farmers, traders, living in fear every day. Imagine not being able to travel freely from Abuja to Kaduna, a journey that used to take just 2 hours without fear of being abducted. Imagine farmers in Zamfara who cannot go to their fields because bandits might attack. Imagine parents in Sokoto or Katsina who are afraid to send their children to school because they might never return. These are not small issues. This is the daily reality for thousands of Nigerians. And when that APC ward chairman was kidnapped and later killed earlier this year, it broke something in the minds of many. People said, if politicians are not safe, who then is safe? That single incident destroyed the remaining confidence many Nigerians had in the security system. And when people lose faith, frustration grows, and the anger turns to the government. Now, to be fair, the presidency has not been silent. They have announced new military operations, they have bought drones, armored vehicles, and other modern equipment. They have promised that the army and police will step up operations. They have called for more cooperation between communities and security forces. But my people, here is the problem. Nigerians are tired of promises. They want results. They want to see real changes. They want to travel safely, sleep peacefully, and go to their farms without fear. So even though the government is saying the right things, the people are not feeling the difference. When promises are not backed by action, they lose weight. That's why some people said Tinubu should sack the service chiefs, and now he has done it. The hope is that new leadership will bring fresh energy, new strategies, and maybe better outcomes. But some Nigerians are not convinced. They said changing the faces at the top will not automatically solve deep-rooted problems. If you sack the service chiefs without fixing logistics, intelligence, corruption, and coordination, the new people will face the same mountain of problems. So the real question becomes, is it leadership or is it structure? I want you, my viewers, to think deeply about this. Should we blame the people or the system? Drop your answer below, and don't forget, like this video right now and subscribe so that we can keep growing this platform.
Now, let's go even deeper, because insecurity in the north is not just about guns and bullets. It is connected to poverty, unemployment, poor education, climate change, and land conflicts. When young people cannot find jobs, when farmlands are drying up, when herders and farmers are fighting over scarce resources, some frustrated youths turn to crime or get recruited by violent groups. So if the government only changes service chiefs but does not create jobs, rebuild schools, or invest in agriculture, then the cycle of violence will continue. That's why many analysts say Nigeria must fix both the leadership and the structure at the same time. But my people, let's not pretend. There is also politics in this whole matter. Some northern leaders are genuinely concerned, yes, but some are also using the insecurity crisis as a tool to put pressure on the presidency. In Nigeria, public statements from big names are powerful political moves. When they speak loudly, they know the media will carry it, the people will echo it, and the presidency will be forced to respond. So there's a bit of political chess going on. Now I ask you again, do you think these leaders are speaking purely out of love for the people, or do you think some of them are using insecurity to gain political advantage? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. And while you're at it, please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Nigerians are tired. They have seen new service chiefs come and go. They have had promises from different governments, from Jonathan to Buhari and now Tinubu. Yet the killings, the kidnappings, the fear, they remain. Nigerians don't want speeches anymore. They want results. They want to see highways free of kidnappers, communities safe again, and justice served to those who bring pain to innocent lives. If Tinubu truly wants to win back the trust of the people, he must go beyond reshuffling the top brass. He must deliver real change, visible, tangible change. Whether that means empowering the new service chiefs, reforming the entire security system, or investing in intelligence and community policing, what matters is results. My brothers and sisters, don't forget, like this video right now and hit the subscribe button so you never miss our updates. Because this story of insecurity touches every one of us directly or indirectly.
Kidnapping is no longer something that happens far away. It is everywhere now. Both the poor and the rich are targets. Farmers, businessmen, politicians, students, nobody is safe. That is why when the news broke that an APC chairman was kidnapped, people were shocked to their core. Because it shows clearly that the problem is not about status or class. It is about the weakness of our security system. Please, if you are watching me right now, hit that like button and subscribe so that we can continue spreading awareness and holding leaders accountable. Now, many Nigerians are asking, what exactly are the service chiefs doing? We have the Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Air Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, and the Inspector General of Police. These are the people who are supposed to coordinate our security. But if people still cannot sleep peacefully,
then something is wrong. Some even say these top officers are enjoying power without delivering results. That is why the call became loud. Tinubu, sack them. Bring in new blood. Bring new ideas. But let's not rush. Sometimes, sacking people sounds strong, but it's not always the magic solution. Think of it like a football team. When a team keeps losing, fans first blame the coach. They say, sack the coach. But maybe the players are tired, the management is weak, or there's no money for training. Even if you bring a new coach, the same problems can continue. That's how Nigeria's security situation is. The service chiefs may have their faults, but the problems run deeper, from lack of funding to poor equipment, weak intelligence, corruption, and even mistrust between communities and the government. Do you agree with me? Drop your answer in the comments, and don't forget, like this video and subscribe right now. Let's also talk about how insecurity has changed daily life in the north. Just a few years ago, people could travel from Kaduna to Abuja freely within 1 hour. Today, many fear that road. Farmers who once cultivated freely in Zamfara now abandon their farms. In Borno, even after progress against insurgents, attacks still happen. This has created a wave of frustration. And when frustration builds, the cry for change grows louder. That is why so many people demanded that Tinubu sack the service chiefs. But the presidency faces a tough situation. If they sack the chiefs quickly, it may look like panic. If they delay, people say they are insensitive. It's a delicate balance. That is why some analysts are advising that any change should come with a clear plan, new leaders, new strategy, better communication, and improved logistics.
Now, my audience, let me ask you directly. If you were President Tinubu, what would you do? What instructions would you give to the new service chiefs? Would you continue with the same strategies or design new ones? Tell me in the comments. And please, like this video and subscribe because your voice matters here. Your support keeps this platform alive. But beyond leadership changes, let's remember something important. Guns and uniforms alone cannot solve insecurity. The roots run deep. Youth unemployment, poverty, injustice, and lack of opportunities all fuel violence. When communities feel abandoned, when there's no hope, some turn to crime. If we don't fix those root causes, we will keep chasing shadows. So yes, the military must fight the bandits, but the government must also fight poverty and hopelessness. Nigeria needs both military strength and social reform. But tell me, do you believe poverty and unemployment are fueling insecurity? Or do you think it's purely a failure of leadership? Drop your thoughts below, and as always, like and subscribe to this channel for more discussions like this. Let's return to the politics of it all. You see, when northern leaders speak, Abuja listens. Some of them truly care about the people, but others are playing political games, trying to show strength, bargaining for influence, or setting the tone for future elections. When they say Tinubu must sack the service chiefs, it's not only about security, it's also about power. That's how Nigeria's political system works: pressure and response. Now, if Tinubu sacks the service chiefs, yes, it makes headlines. It calms some anger, but it won't automatically bring peace overnight. Bandit groups won't suddenly drop their weapons because a new chief was appointed. The real change must happen on the ground. Better intelligence, better welfare for soldiers, faster prosecution of criminals, stronger community ties. That's what Nigerians want to see. Here's another interesting angle. Some Nigerians believe that sacking the service chiefs will motivate the new ones to work harder because they know failure could cost them their jobs. Others worry that too much change at the top could disrupt ongoing operations. So, which side are you on? Share your opinion in the comments. And please, don't forget, like this video and subscribe right now. At the end of the day, my brothers and sisters, Nigeria is at a crossroads. Insecurity has tested our patience for too long. From the cities to the villages, from the rich to the poor, everyone is feeling the heat. The people are crying not just for new leaders, but for new results. Tinubu has made his move. He has changed the service chiefs. Now the question is, will that change finally bring peace? Only time will tell. But as we wait, we must keep asking questions, demanding accountability, and standing together as one people who deserve safety, justice, and peace. My people, thank you for watching till the end. If you have not yet done so, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this story, because the more we talk, the more we keep our leaders on their toes. Stay safe, stay alert, and stay hopeful. Nigeria will rise again.